unprepared salespeople showing up into customer conversations without the right questions to ask, without having done their homework. Sometimes that's because the salesperson is just lazy, but more often than not, it's because they just don't have the time in their day to go ahead and do all of that. You know, if you imagine you're a salesperson, you've got your calendar stacked with demos and customer conversations, maybe you only have 10 minutes, 15 minutes to prepare for each meeting. And if you've been working a sales opportunity for weeks and months, and the amount of context that is involved in a sale like that, it's impossible to perfectly remember and recall all of that key information and stay on top of what's going on in the market and stay on top of what that customer's been up to in their world, specifically in their industry. So, I think that's one of the hardest parts about being in sales is you need to be so sharp in front of your customers. And in this world of AI and information at our fingertips, the expectations of salespeople seem to be going up and up and up. So what was maybe acceptable 10 years ago, where you could get by with a little bit more charm and a little bit less knowledge, I don't think cuts it anymore. Over the last nearly 14 years, I've seen these same problems across all sorts of shapes and sizes of sales organization. And in my last businesses, I solved these problems, but in human ways, in unscalable human ways. And the exciting part about living in 2026 is AI is now available to us all. And everyone's looking for a solution, and AI has a lot of promise. What we've been seeing, though, is that in most sales organizations today, we're seeing isolated experimentation. We're seeing Anna, the new account executive, running some cool workflows off ChatGPT. We're seeing Brad, the CSM, who's doing some interesting things with Claude Cowork. We're seeing the RevOps manager, who's using Claude to help him in his workflow. But none of it's working cohesively together. And that's why we built Grow. Because we wanted it to be easy for a sales leader to bring Taylor, our AI teammate, into their team, and for things to compound day in and day out. And that's what Taylor does.